So you guys want to learn how to borrow money so you can start flipping houses? Well, in today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys step by step on how you can borrow money so you can flip your first house. There's always been a huge misconception when it comes to flipping houses that you need to have the cash saved up so you can buy the property outright, or you need to go get a loan from a bank. And I can tell you right now, using cash or bank loans to flip a house is one of the worst ways to flip houses. Investors will always prefer to leverage their money as much as possible so their money is constantly working for them. This is why investors love to use private money lenders. A private money lender is someone who lends their money to a real estate investor with the goal of making a return on their money. And private money lenders are the best source of lenders when it comes to borrowing money because they offer flexibility, there's a low down payment, and there's no credit check. Typically, when you're dealing with a bank to get a loan to flip a property, they can be very difficult to work with. Most of the time, these banks will deny you of the home loan because of the condition that the property is in. And if they do decide to lend you money to flip that property, they're going to come with all of these restrictions and terms that you're going to have to follow, and they're going to require a high down payment of 20% or more. This is why we avoid using banks, because they just cause us too much headache and they view us as risky borrowers. But with private money lenders, they have the experience and knowledge of the fix and flip business, so they understand what they are getting into. And believe it or not, private money lenders are not hard to find at all. Private money lenders can easily be found at your local real estate meetups. And you can find these real estate meetups on the Eventbrite app or the Meetup app. At these real estate meetups, you'll be able to meet with private money lenders, real estate agents, house flippers, wholesalers, and even landlords. And the best part is these local real estate meetups are free to attend to. Now, when you go to these real estate meetups to look for private money lenders, be careful to avoid hard money lenders. So you will hear the words private money lender and hard money lender used interchangeably, but they are two very different things. A private money lender is typically one person who will lend their money to a real estate investor to flip a property so they can make a return on their money. And a hard money lender is usually a person who is a middleman that knows a private money lender, and they will borrow money from that private money lender and lend it to someone like you at a much higher rate so they can make money off of the private money lender's money. There's never really a reason to work with hard money lenders since they are a middleman, so if you can just cut them out the picture and go straight to the source, you'll save yourself thousands of dollars easily in down payment fees and in interest fees. Now, when you're at your local real estate meetup and you run into a private money lender, there's three big questions that you do want to ask them. The first question to ask is, how much do you charge for a down payment when it comes to borrowing money for purchasing and renovating a property? Usually, private money lenders charge a 10% down payment on the loan amount. Now, the second question you want to ask your private money lenders is, how much do you charge in interest on your private money loans? Now, based on my past experience, my private money lender charges me a 12% annual interest rate. And just so you guys know, a 12% annual interest rate on a private money loan is extremely cheap. I have spoke to many other different private money lenders in the past, and the best that they could do is a 15% private money loan. The third question to ask is, what are the requirements for someone that has no experience flipping houses to get a loan from a private money lender? This is a very important question to ask because private money lenders respect transparency and honesty. And private money lenders are very transparent and honest people themselves. So they're going to be very upfront with you and tell you what you're going to need for someone who has no experience to get a loan from them. Now you know where to find private money lenders. Now it's time to get a loan from them. So the first thing you want to do is write a well-drafted email. Make sure to reintroduce yourself and let him know that you have an opportunity for him to invest in. The second thing you want to do is show him the deal. So make sure you tell him the property address, the purchase price, the renovation costs, and also attach the purchase contract showing as proof that you actually have this property under contract. Private money lenders also love to see comps or comparables. So if you can show him the comps of recently sold properties that are similar to that property, he would love to see that, and that will establish more credibility to your name. The next thing private money lenders want to know is how much are you seeking in a loan amount. Typically, private money lenders want to know how much money do you want to borrow, and you have to explain why are you borrowing this money. Usually they already understand that you're borrowing some of this money for the purchase price, but they want to know how you came up with the renovation costs. This is something that can vary in price. A lot of people tend to get their renovation costs wrong. So private money lenders become very skeptical when you tell them the renovation cost. So make sure you show them a written estimate from a contracting company or a written estimate from an independent contractor explaining all of the repairs are needed and the cost that is associated with that. And lastly, private money lenders want to know your past experience. So if you have no experience flipping houses, don't let that overwhelm you. A private money lender cares more about your team. So if you can have a good team in place, as in a good contracting team, a good realtor to work with, and maybe somebody else that has a real estate background, that can help establish more credibility and can get you the loan. Like I said before, private money lenders are very honest and very transparent people. So if you don't have what they are looking for, they are going to tell you what you need to get the loan from them. From my past experience, I was able to secure a loan from my private money lender for $130,000. And this is coming from somebody that has no experience ever flipping a house before and had no money to put down on the loan. Like I said before, it all comes down to your presentation. So I pitched to him that I'm a licensed realtor that have sold 3 properties in the past year. And the last property I sold for $35,000 over asking. Then I brought a partner onto my deal, which he was a licensed contractor, and he'd been a contractor for the past 10 years and worked on big $1 million projects. So since we had a very good pitch, that was able to secure us the loan. And once you get your first loan from a private money lender and you complete your first house flip successfully, you will now establish a new relationship and trust with that lender. So when it comes to getting funding for the next fix and flip, he will have no problem lending you the money. And if you guys need any coaching on how to find these deals, or you have any questions about your personal situation that you need help with, book a coaching call with me. I will leave a Calendly link in the description box and in the comment section below. You can book a coaching call with me. It's $100 for a session, and a session lasts for an hour to an hour and a half. And if you guys haven't seen my last video on how to flip houses as a beginner, click right here to watch.